This right here is Ben Sinnott, tight end out of Kansas State. I took a look at his film, and I'm really liking what I saw from him. Let's talk about Ben Sinnott and how he can be used in Washington's offense. And we're going to also talk about some of his NFL comparisons that I made after taking a look at his film. Let's get straight to it.
How I feel? Left. What I want?
Get back slow. I love the way she rock it. I love the way she move it, shake it on me. When she cry for him, the shawty is the winner. You can tell that shawty's no beginner. She's confident. I love the way she move it.
YouTube, what's going on? It's Juangotti here with another Washington Commanders video. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about Ben Sinnott, Washington Commanders second round draft pick, tight end out of Kansas State. And we're going to talk about some of the things that I like from watching this film and how I think he can be one of the next big tight ends to come out of the NFL. So let's get straight to it. But before we do, make sure you guys go down below, leave a like on this video, subscribe to the channel if you are new, turn on post notifications so you get notified when I upload new content like this to the channel. We're on the road to 7,000 subscribers, so we really appreciate it if you can help me reach that goal as soon as possible. Thank you so much. Let's get straight to it. So Ben Sinnott, tight end out of Kansas State. When you first turn on the film, you immediately know his blocking skills. You immediately know that he used to be a former fullback. Now, the funny thing about Ben Sinnott, you would have think since he was taken so high in the draft, you would have thought, okay, maybe he's a guy that has been looked at highly throughout his whole football career. No. He was actually a 0 rated, fullback coming into college. You know, he was not no 1-star, 2-star, 3-star, 4-star, 5-star. He was very underrated, and he was a fullback. So when you see his film, you can immediately know that because he's a very good blocker. You know who the first thing I saw and the first thing that I compared him to when I looked at his film? Kyle Juszczyk from San Francisco. Now, I immediately made the comparison because of one, we have Adam Peters here, and two, that is exactly what he looks like. We know how dominant Kyle Juszczyk is and how really good they use him there in San Francisco. Yeah, he's a fullback, but he can be lined up out wide. He can line up at tight end, hand in the dirt. He can line up in the backfield, be a pulling, be a lead blocker, or he can take a handoff himself. He's really versatile, and that is exactly who I think of when I look at Ben Sinnott's tape. Now, he's a fullback turned into a tight end. Now, the thing I will say about Ben Sinnott is he's not the quickest, he's not the fastest, he's not the twitchiest. He's very stiff in his route running, but again, you do not need to be super fast. As long as you can be a very good pass catcher of the football, you can block, and you can just be that tight end's best friend for a quarterback. If you can do that for Jaden Daniels, for a young fella, you'll be good in this league. You know, he compares himself to Sam LaPorta, and I can see that because, again, Sam LaPorta isn't the most athletic guy. He isn't the most quickest or fastest guy, but you know what he is? He's very reliable for Jared Goff, and that's all you need to be. And I think, honestly, why I fall in love with these tight ends that we draft is because I want them to work out so bad. One thing that I will say that y'all probably don't know about me is that Jordan Reed is my favorite modern day Washington Redskin or whatever you want to call him. And we haven't been able to find a tight end his caliber since then. So I've been pushing for us to finally find that guy. I thought it was going to be Cole Turner, but we didn't use him how I thought we was going to use him. So maybe that changes in this new regime. And now I'm pushing even more for Ben Sinnott because I see the potential and I see if he's used right, then he can be very good. Again, like I said, Sam LaPorta, Kyle Juszczyk, those guys, George Kittle. And again, I'm not saying he's going to be ever close to those guys, maybe at some point, but I'm not saying he's going to come burst on the scene and be like those guys. But he has the potential to be that. He's very versatile. He can do anything that you need him to do. And again, the thing that I like so much about him is his ability to track the ball and make tough catches through double coverage. You know, that guy that you need to take a tough shot. He's not like 6'6" Logan Thomas height. He's 6'3", but he's very tough and he's able to take hard hits across the middle of the field, and he can go up and climb the ladder if you need be. Now, the thing that shot him up so many people's draft boards was his combine. He absolutely tore it up in the combine because his college stats weren't the best. It wasn't like he was a 1,000-yard receiver. He had roughly over 600 receiving yards. So it wasn't like he just tore it up in college. You know what I'm saying? In fact, he was an all Pac-12 fullback. So if you want to be honest, he probably was a better fullback in college than he was tight end. However, he has that ability to be more of a tight end now at the next level. But what got people so interested in him because a lot of people thought he was going to be a 7th round, 5th round, 6th round draft pick, day 3 draft pick, but he ended up being a day 2, was what he was able to do at the combine. During the drills, he was able to have like a, I want to say like a 40-inch vert. He ran like a 4.6 40, which isn't blazing fast, but for a guy that isn't, you know, super fast or a former fullback, that's pretty solid. Again, when he did the cone drills, he had a good time. When he was able, you know, the little receiving drills where you got to run through, catch this way, catch that way. It was amazing. The little this way, that was good. He made all his catches. So he blew the combine away. So that's why he just shot up a lot of people's draft boards. And that's why Washington jumped on him in the 2nd round. I'm liking what I see from him. And I want a tight end so bad. I want a tight end more than I really want another wide receiver, to be honest with you. Like, I love Terry McLaurin, love Jahan Dotson. But we've been missing a tight end. I'm so tired of Logan Thomas's, which he was okay, but he wasn't the best. I'm tired of, you know, the Jeremy Sprinkles, older Vernon Davis, even though he was solid. You know, Logan Paulson's and so many other like just mediocre tight ends. I want that dog. We haven't had that since Jordan Reed, and unfortunately, due to injury, Jordan Reed wasn't able to stay healthy. But again, like I said before, if he was able to stay healthy, he would have been in a conversation with the Travis Kelce's, George Kittle. I'll take that to my grave. He was that good potentially. And I think this guy can get there at some point. You know what I'm saying? As long as he's used correctly. I like the scheme that he's going to be going into. I like the room that he's going to be going into with Zach Ertz as a very good veteran. He knows Cliff Kingsbury's offense. And we know him up close and personal because he tore us up every year when he played for the Eagles. Obviously, we got John Bates there, so at this point, John Bates is a veteran, so he can learn from John Bates, Cole Turner, and then him. And I want to know if Amani Rodgers is going to make this roster. I'm not sure because we're pretty loaded there, but Cole Turner doesn't necessarily have to make the active roster. Hell, John Bates doesn't even have to make the active roster if Amani Rodgers blows them away in minicamp and stuff like that, training camp. So it's a lot that we can do here. I just want us to find a tight end that can be serviceable and just be really good. You know how the best teams have really good tight ends. Sam LaPorta, George Kittle, right? Travis Kelce, Dallas Goedert. Like the best teams, the teams that perform the best. And who was that guy? I cannot think of his name. For the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Can't think of his name right now. But he was absolutely murdering the Eagles in the playoff game. Bare hands. He did drop a couple passes, but he was absolutely murdering the Eagles in the playoff game. Tampa Bay, he doesn't wear any gloves, but he wears tapes on his fingers. He was an absolute dog last year. But you notice, like I said, the pattern is all the good teams have really good tight ends. The Bills, Dawson Knox and Dalton Kincaid. Like, you kind of see that tight ends are very important. TJ Hawkinson with Vikings. Like, we need a tight end. We've been missing that for years upon years. And hopefully, if used correctly, we finally have an absolute stud of a guy. Again, not the quickest, not the fastest, but the best thing about him is his hands and his ability to be versatile. I mean, this guy, if you turn on his film and you see him as a lead blocker, it's a scary sight. It's like an extra offensive lineman coming at you. You know what I'm saying? And he has the ability to line up in the backfield, take a shovel pass if need be. He can line up out wide and run some routes. Again, his routes aren't crisp. It ain't quick. It ain't shifty. It ain't like a Kyle Pitts. Okay, it ain't nothing like that. He definitely runs like he's stuck in quicksand. But again, you don't need to be super quick. You know what I'm saying? You just need to have reliable hands, and you'll be fine. You'll be fine in this league again. Trust me, I would love to have a Kyle Pitts. I would love to have a Darren Waller kind of guy, skill set. But you don't all the time need that. And some of these guys that are the best in the league are proving that you don't need to have that. So that's just my quick take on him. I like him a lot. Honestly, he's my favorite draft pick. Was it either last year or the year before that? Cole Turner was my favorite draft pick because I've been missing a tight end. I want a tight end that I can call my own. You know what I'm saying? George Kittle. I want that. So hopefully we finally have found that, giving this kind of scheme that Cliff runs. And hopefully he can stay healthy, and hopefully he becomes Jaden Daniels' best friend. So there you have it, folks. Ben Sinnott All Pac-12 fullback turned tight end, second round draft pick for the Washington Commanders, a versatile guy. Now let me read this before I actually get up out of here. Someone left a good comment on Ben Sinnott in my comment section. Shout out to Reese 1966. He says, I think he can be an intricate foundation piece of this offense. He can literally be Kyle Juszczyk, as I just mentioned, and George Kittle at the same time. We are able to line him up as fullback in two-back formations from the gun and under center. We can line him up as an in-line tight end or a detached in the slot as a moving tight end. It's a million ways to deploy him. And it says goal line or on the goal line as a running back or outside the numbers lined up as a wide receiver. Seriously, extremely versatile player. Looking forward to see how Anthony Lynn and Cliff comes up with ways to burn defensive schemes with his blocking, catching, and running. Future Pro Bowler if used correctly to showcase his skills. Couldn't have said it better myself. So there you have it. Let me know what you guys think about Ben Sinnott in the comment section. I'm telling you, I think this guy has the potential to be really, really good if used correctly. As always, me and boy Juan Gotti, like, comment, subscribe, hail to the Washington Commanders. We're on the road to 7,000 subscribers. We greatly appreciate it if you can help me reach that goal as soon as possible. Thank you so much. You have a blessed one. Peace.